Hello Aries, welcome to your monthly tarot reading for May 2023. I hope that these energies, this guidance, these messages guide you in your month ahead. Let's get started. Okay, Aries. So these are your cards for the month of May. We've got the overall energy. I like to see how the overall energy starts and then maybe plays out. So how they bookend the reading. So we've got a broom of her own, and we've got magical manifestation. We have joyful new connections. Be kind to yourself and everyone you meet today. We've got the Emperor, the Five of Swords, the King of Wands, and the King of Cups. Now, I love this card, a broom of her own. And I always, when I see it, I always immediately feel like the apprenticeship's finished and you get your broom, you get your car, you get your wish, you get your job. So it's almost like a sense that a learning spirit has finished. You've accomplished something. You've reached the end of a cycle that brings you greater knowledge, greater wisdom, more skills. And I feel this card, you get to go out there and you get to do it your way. So if this is a job, okay, the job will have parameters on what you have, what you can do, but you can still make it your own. There's a sense here, just as I said that, there's a sense here that you have the skills and you also have the courage to do things your way, to put your authentic self into it, therefore making it your own. I get this sense that the striving, the trying, I really want to say the blood, sweat and tears, Aries, really have brought you to a new place, a new understanding, a new level. I kind of get the feeling you've got magical manifestation as well. I kind of get the feeling that from this point you get to fly. You get to choose. There's a sense here that you're almost being shown, Aries, how forging ahead and following your gut feelings and following your bliss, your soul's calling, is really paying off. Magical manifestation. There's a sense of magic in the air. There's a sense of suddenly doors opening, synchronicities. There's a sense of, oh my gosh, it's been so possibly difficult or maybe even slow Aries. And suddenly it's like, boom, 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 all these doors and windows open for you. It's like people are seeing what you're doing. And there's a real beauty behind it because there's no facade here. You've been putting yourself out there, Aries, as authentically as you possibly can. And it's going to pay off, because when we are authentic, there's a magic in that. There's that, I was going to say individuality, but it's more, thank you Spirit, it's not individuality, it's uniqueness. There's a uniqueness in all of us that is purely ours. And when you tap into that, really the heavens open up to you. And here on earth, that's doors, that's opportunities, that's possibilities. And suddenly you are literally going to feel, Aries, you're going to feel magical. You're going to feel like, wow, I've got the Midas touch. I really feel with these two cards, it's like your hard work has paid off, and now here are your rewards. Here is your abundance to move you even further forward. With this magical and with this broom, I'm kind of getting the feeling of trusting what you couldn't see. You know, this broom leaning against the wall of a house could just look like a broom. You saw the magic in it. There's this sense that you trusted even without guarantee. You trusted and you kept going and you believed. You believed even when you kind of felt that the world was showing you, don't believe, to not believe. You still believed. It's almost like it was almost stronger than you, Aries. You are here as the Emperor. And I kind of feel that this was more powerful than you. And I think that even if you had wanted to ignore it, I think you would have maybe dropped it for a while, but you would have kept coming back to it because it just has such a strong pull for you, because it's meant for you. It feels completely right, even though there was no proof that it was right. So in the proof, I mean, if it's a job, you weren't really being recognized for the work that you do. If it's your own business, maybe you weren't getting the clientele in. You might not have been making enough money. There's this sense that there was nothing in the real tangible world that was saying, yes, go for it. It was just something deep within you that was driving you forward. And we've got the Emperor. The Emperor is the Aries energy. But the Emperor also embodies all the kings. So not only do you have the Emperor embodying the 4 kings, but you've got the King of Wands and the King of Cups as well. Very, very masculine energy. And I feel that the reason you couldn't give up on this, Aries, is because it was a soul calling. It's linked to your purpose. It fulfills you in such a deep deep way. And with all these kings, the kings for me are so, they've received so much as the Queen. They are so full. They have enough that they can give back. And so the King is of service. And this is, you are of service, Aries. And that's what's kept you going. It wasn't just a journey of the ego, of the self. Though I feel it tested you on that level. I get the feeling with this Five of Swords, it actually pitted you against people as well that are around you. Maybe you saw who your friends really are. Maybe you saw, maybe this was just you seeing how far you had strayed from your authentic self. And this is to fulfill your purpose that fuels you, that you are passionate about, and that fulfills you emotionally. The sense of giving here and being of service is huge, Aries. We have joyful new connections. I am worthy of love. I love me. And the things you've had to say goodbye to, Aries, in order to stay true to you, the space is going to be filled. Where you may have been feeling empty, it's going to be filled. You are going to be filled. Spirit just said to me, Aries, if in any way, shape or form you're on the verge of giving up, now is not the time. Now is not the time. Now is the time to dig deep. Maybe to reach out to others if you need help or assistance. But I feel the rewards coming, and whatever that means to you. And I don't mean in the sense that you're due anything. Nobody owes you anything. But it's just that you've put yourself out there, you've been true to yourself, honest and open, of service to others in whatever way, shape or form that is. You've made space, you've let the old go. As painful as that might have been, you've made space in your life and the new's coming in now, and that's the reward. Now this can be people, this can be resources, this can be opportunities, whatever it is. But I feel that it is linked to people. I feel that it is linked to new connections that you're going to be making. This can be love, Aries. But I feel there's a sense of newness here. Like a broom of her own. She's got a new broom. She's received a broom. She probably has been training on brooms for hire. And now she's got her broom. It's like she's got her wings. And look at this card. It says, be kind to yourself and everyone you meet today. The people I meet are a reflection of my shining soul. And that's, if we maybe could have misunderstood it with this card, Spirit is reaffirming it with this one. The people I meet are a reflection of my shining soul. You have changed so much. You are attracting different kinds of people. The kindness, the compassion, the love, that you put out there is exactly what you are going to receive in return. There's real openness in this reading. I feel like there's no fakeness, there's no masks, there's no trying to be what you're not, Aries. There's just this sense of, this is me. And I feel that, even though I feel the journey has been really rough, I feel that it's brought you to a place of greater understanding of yourself, but of also greater love for yourself. I'm looking at the Emperor and the Five of Swords, and I see it very much as you let nothing or no one stand in the way of your authenticity, of you embracing who you are. You didn't change what you were doing or who you were for others. And it was difficult. It was challenging. And I feel there are times that you did go back to trying to please, to trying to be what you're not, to try and maintain connections that were no longer of value to you. No longer, because they were just no longer in alignment with you. But every time you did, the feeling, something would show you, what am I doing? No, I've come so far. I believe in myself. I'm not going to change for anybody. And I feel that there's this understanding in you, Aries, that says, if they don't understand me and if they can't accept me for me, then they're not the people that I want on my path. And there's a sense that you were okay with that. You were happy to sit alone. You were happy maybe even for the time it took for you to cultivate your self-worth, your self-importance, your personal power. And I feel, Aries, there's this sense that you're not going to lose it again, because I just feel the journey was so difficult that now you'll see the minute you start people pleasing, or the minute you alter yourself ever so slightly just to be able to fit in that little bit better. And with these joyful new connections coming in that are aligned with who you are, after being with these people, even if it's for a short amount of time, if you go back to the others that don't fit in your life anymore, there's such a contrast that you can't talk yourself into hanging around with these people. You can't pretend. You can't trick yourself. And look at these kings. King of Wands and the King of Cups. And they're not facing each other. And I don't mind that. Because it's like your path. It's almost like your path is fulfilling different aspects of yourself. It's fulfilling you completely, but on different levels. There is part of this journey that is your calling. It's fulfilling for your soul. The wands is your passion, your drive, your soul's calling. It's the energy of your soul. It's your purpose on this earth in this lifetime. It's what fires you up. The wands are fire and the cups are water. And for this journey, you have both. They're not trying to mix. They're not dousing each other's energy. They're not neutralizing each other. Your fire comes up when action is required, when your passion is your driving force to push you forward. And then the cups comes in when there's compassion and love. When there's a gentler touch that needs, when you can relax back and reevaluate, look at your feelings and see, am I still on the right path? So the two are working individually, but they serve the same purpose, and that's to move you forward. Aries, I don't know what you have planned. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know where you've been. But there's this sense of coming into alignment. Really, you're saying, this is me. Have I been battered and bruised? Yes. Have I got scraped knees? Maybe. But I like me just the way I am. And that's the thing, Aries. I feel that it's like you've fallen in love with yourself. I am worthy of love and I love me. And I really feel that sense that you have fallen in love with yourself. You see your strengths. You finally can acknowledge what you've been through. And there's this sense of empowerment in that. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that little squeaking, but I've got one of the cats that I'm looking after sleeping on the bed next to my table, and I think he's dreaming. There's these cute little meows. Poor little thing. But there's this sense of great empowerment and great love of self. Not in an ego-based way, not in a I'm better than anybody else, in a really authentic way. Oh, Aries, your season has finished, but I'm wondering if your season was just maybe a little bumps and bruises to get you to a place where you can fly. I think May is going to be a very, very interesting, possibly ludicrous. Oh, I can't say the word. Not ludicrous. A very abundant. Thank you, Spirit. I like it when Spirit gives me a different word when I get a bit tongue-tied. You know the word I was trying to say though, Aries, I'm sure. But I feel like it's going to be a very abundant month. And I feel like there's people and resources coming in to push you along on your path. But it's your path, your way. And that's where the magic is. I'm going to leave you with those messages, Aries. Love and light, my friends. Sending you many, many blessings. Though I don't think you need them. I think you're making your own. Take care, my friends. Have a wonderful month. See you next time. Bye-bye.